Happy Monday, everybody. I am so glad to be here. It's actually Sunday as I record this, and I have to tell you, I am in the Providence Place Mall parking lot, getting ready to go into the mall and just people watch, because I love to people watch. But I'm inspired to come on here and share my thoughts on a story that Nana was telling me about yesterday. So we're in Providence because Nana is at the Rhode Island Comic Con, and he Ubered in because I wasn't feeling so well, and he met this beautiful soul who was really excited about the fact that Nana was dressed up as Mickey and started to share some of his story. And what he said to Nana was, been in a relationship for 18 years and my girl doesn't approve of me watching anime, so I have to wait for the family to go to bed to watch anime. And because Nana's Nana, and because we have the relationship that we do, which is a gift to both of us, he said, yo, bro, you want to be able to foster and nurture and do what feels right for you. And even if your loved ones don't understand it, it's super important to honor yourself and your needs. And so I want to share this with you guys today. I want to talk about this. So often we compartmentalize ourselves. We show up as one person here, because we think that we need to just be that type of persona or have that type of energy in this situation. And then we show up as one person here. And when we do that, we hide who we are. And we don't live a fully expressed life, which is why a lot of people struggle and suffer, because we limit ourselves when we filter ourselves. And I truly, truly believe this. I know I've shared this with you guys 100 times over. I understand that as we start to step into our power, the people who love us most may give us pushback. I understand that they operate from fear, because what they once knew of you is changing, and the unknown can feel really scary, right? But I also understand that to truly show up as empowered, to truly show up as somebody who is loving, non-judgmental, supportive, and joyful, one must do what feels truly right in their heart to do. Now, Nana loves to dress up as cosplay. He loves taking pictures with people. He loves posting on social media and, interacting with the people who appreciate the time and effort that he takes to show up as different characters in the different shows that he likes. I couldn't care less. Outside of supporting him, couldn't care less. Happy to help him with his makeup. Happy to help him pick out new costumes. Happy to help him create content, make videos, all of the things. But there is no part of me that feels inclined to get dressed up, to engage like that on social media. It just isn't for me. But I love Nana for who Nana is. I love that Nana is willing and able, because of his self-love and self-confidence, to show up as his unique individual self. And so not only do I not challenge him or judge him for doing what makes him feel good, I encourage him to do it. Much like he is my greatest support system. If I tell him I want to speak at a school, he's the first one to be like, babe, you got this. How can I support you? If I want to study and go off to some retreat that teaches me to tap into my deeper inner spiritual soul. He's the first one to say, babe, I'll be at the airport or the train station picking you up when you get back. Go do what brings you joy. And in that relationship, there is unconditional love. There's unconditional love. And we are meant to know that unconditional love. Whatever relationship you have, you are worthy of unconditional love and being seen, nurtured, supported, for the whole of you, not some parts of you. Now, my daughters have an idea of what being a mother should look like, right? They have societal expectations. They have obviously their needs, which I work very hard to meet. But the reality is how I show up as a human being is how I show up as a mother. And sometimes that pushes against what their expectations of me are. And it can feel uncomfortable. It can feel unknown, and it certainly bucks societal narratives around what parenting looks like. And yet, if I don't allow myself to show up truly expressed, unapologetically authentic, that feels good to me, then I'm not teaching my daughters to do the same. I'm teaching them, I am fostering within them the need to compartmentalize, the need to present themselves one way as a mother, another way as a student, another way as a partner, another way as whatever. And because I know there's so much power in authenticity, I'm unwilling to do that. And I get resistance, even from them sometimes, because it doesn't feel comfortable all the time. It's not always what they understand as a parent in American society. Now, this does not mean that I do not show up and love my children unconditionally, and that I am not there to meet their needs, taking them to where they need to go, and supporting them in every area that makes them feel good. But it does mean I'm going to show up with goals. It does mean that me and Nana are going to joke around. It means that Nana might very well show up at one of their school events dressed up in anime. And that is the power of support, right? Our loved ones have the most beautiful intentions for us, right? Everybody I hope we surround ourselves with wants to see us do well, right? And I truly believe everybody comes from love. We are all love. That is my God, love. I don't believe in this deity, this big man, whatever. I believe that God is love. God is in everything is love. But they often limit us because of their own insecurities, their own dreams that they never chased, their own fears about what other people might think of us if we show up and step up and do what feels good for us. And so I would encourage you all today, where are you playing small? In what areas are people in your life telling you what you cannot and can do? And are you willing to make tiny choices to start to challenge that narrative? If I was in that Uber car with that gentleman that Nana was talking about, I would let him know. I would encourage him to have a conversation with his wife and say, listen, I love you immensely, but I also love me, and this is something that brings me joy, and I am not willing to put aside my joy anymore because it feels hard or uncomfortable for you. And that's not to say that there shouldn't be compromise, right? If Nana's on his phone all day, every day in social media, or, engaging in and just anime and not present with me, of course, right? I would struggle with that because as a human being, I want to be seen. I want to be nurtured and supported by my loved one. But I also would encourage this man, just because it doesn't make sense for her doesn't mean it can't make sense for you, and that there is a balance, that you can hopefully find a middle ground and step into what feels right for you in all areas of your life. At the end of the day, guys, we're responsible for our joy. Nobody else. Not our children, not our parents, not our boss, not our loved ones. We, us, the internal state, who we are responsible for that. And when you're not giving yourself permission to step into what brings you joy and to chase that joy, you're preventing yourself from being more loving, more empowered, more compassionate, more joyful. And the reason why is when you're in joy, how do you judge anybody else? If you're loving yourself, why are you going to sit and focus on what somebody else is doing? If you're uniquely yourself, you don't focus on what you think others should be or shouldn't be. You're too busy chasing your own joy. And so today I encourage you, if you are surrounded by people who tell you what you can and cannot do, ask yourself, is what you can and cannot do preventing you from experiencing more joy and more freedom? And if it is, consider having a conversation and making small changes, because you're worthy of your own love and you're worthy of stepping into who you're called to be, not who you think other people need you to be. Mwah.